Hello guys, and welcome to my Jad luring guide. You probably arrived from this video straight after my full fire cape guide. If you haven't seen that already, I'll put a link on screen now and of course in the description. So if you missed on how to do waves 1 to 62, go over to that video, go and watch that, and then come back to this video to watch the in-depth Jad guide. Okay, so for this guide I'm going to go through 3 different methods on doing Jad. The 3 different methods are, the first one I'm gonna show you how to trap all the healers, so you shouldn't even take one little bit of damage from the healers. However, this is probably the hardest one or the most experienced one. Number 2, I'm going to show you how to to get Jad and then bring the healers away from Jad and then go back to Jad and kill Jad. And the number 3, or method number 3, I'm going to show you how to just tank the healers and kill Jad. Just to sort of outline, method number 3 I would only recommend for 70 plus defense and some decent gear, and if you are less than 70 range I would recommend number 1. Well, in fact I would recommend method number 1 for everyone, but if you don't think it's your sort of if you don't think it's for you and you're not very good on using sounds, then stick to number 2, but I would highly recommend number 1, as soon as you master this you should never fail with Jad ever again. Okay, so we'll start this guide at wave 62. As soon as you hit wave 62 you need to turn your protect from magic up. Okay, so 2 360s will spawn. You need to kill one of these as quick as you can, and then when you have one left, run to the northeast corner. Make sure that the last 360, the one remaining left, follows you. It must not be trapped behind a rock. If it does get trapped behind a rock, go and get it and bring it back to the northeast corner. So when you're in position, go and kill the last 360, but however when it gets to 30 HP, you need to brew past your max HP, then restore, then rage pot. Okay, this is the time you need to prepare yourself for Jad. If you haven't already turned your sounds on, there is 3 sound settings. You need to turn the middle one up. So take a deep breath and prepare yourself. Okay, so this is where I'd highly recommend you get to know the sounds. If you do not know the sounds, I will play them in just a second. But if you, like, when I used to do capes, I used to do them without sounds, and I used to fail a lot more than planned, and there is nothing worse than getting to Jad and then dying. So even if you think it doesn't help, turn them on. It will help. You'll get to know them, and eventually you'll do good. I'm just going to quickly talk you through what all of this means. The blue spot in the top right hand corner, so that's the northeast corner, that's where you are going to be standing when Jad spawns. There are 5 possible different spawns. The orange ones, as you see, are the safe ones, and the red ones are the ones where it can attack you straight away. Okay, so the orange ones, as you can see on the northwest side, when it spawns, it runs slightly east and gets trapped behind that rock. The southeast and south spawn both walk to the other side of the rock and get trapped. However, the one that spawns in the middle and the one that spawns in the southwest just gets sort of dragged into the same place as the middle, which means they could both attack you. Just a little thing to add, when you cannot see Jad's feet, you need to protect from range. When you need to be listening for a mage attack sound. If Jad uses a mage attack, as soon as it hits you, you need to change back to your range, and then if it attacks with mage again, then change back to mage and then back to range. You just need to complete this process until you can see Jad's feet, just to be sure that you don't miss one prayer. So just keep taking hits and repeat this process until Jad is lured correctly. You are now listening for the sounds. You're praying range in the northeast corner. Don't worry, don't sort of get impatient. There's no rush here. It should take about 8 or 9 seconds for Jad to spawn. If it is not there within, I would say 10, just to be safe, then sort of run slightly south and look if it's there. If it is there, you need to run forward, take the first hit, and then you need to work out where you need to run to. If it is not there, then you need to check the other side just until you find it, and the same again, take the first hit and then work out where you need to run to. Okay, so once you've found out where it spawns, you'll need to work out where to walk in order to bring it to the right spot. All these methods will be shown later in a live version. I'm just going to be talking through it now, just so you can watch it almost twice and hopefully understand it better. So if you get the middle ones, which is the red dots in the map that I showed just a second ago, they both walk to the same place, which ends up sort of between, I guess, the north and east rock, and attack you just about there. So when it gets to there, when you've taken a hit and you understand where it is, you need to run either side of the Jad. Make sure you're not in melee distance. If it's close to the rock, run outside the rock. If it's close to the middle of the cave, then run inside the rock, etc. So you need to run all the way to the southeastern side, and then as soon as you are there and you've taken one hit, you need to run back to the northeastern spot where you started, and that will drag it sort of almost towards you, and then in the right place. And then just to finish it off, you need to take one hit again and then run back to this little circle on the floor, which I'm going to show you later. Okay, so if you remember from earlier, there were 3 safe spawns. These were the orange dots in my map that I included. I'm now going to go through number 1 of this, which is in the northwest corner, which, as I said, drags slightly east into the northwestern rock. When this spawns, similar to the last one, in fact exactly the same as the last one, you need to run to the southeast corner, back to the northeast, and then slightly south to the eastern rock. Okay, this is probably the most confusing method of luring, so I'm now going to go through number 2 and 3, which were the south and the southeastern spawn. So as soon as that spawns, you need to run directly west around the northern rock into the northwest corner. It will follow you towards the middle of the cave. You need to run straight through Jad. Don't go in melee distance, run just around it into the southeastern corner, and then go back to the northeastern spot that you started. When you get back to the northeastern spot, run south, and then you're on the right place. Make sure you're aware that each time you get to one of the corners, you need to take one hit just to ensure that it's in the right place. Don't rush anything. Don't sort of run there then run directly back, because if it's not in the right place, then something could go wrong. Okay, so as soon as Jad comes, ideally you would already be in the corner, but I had to relog because I messed up my first time. So ideally you want to be in this corner before Jad spawns, and you want to be listening for the sounds, okay? I'm going to be playing the sounds before this little section, so if you don't know the sounds, memorize them and get to know them, and be able to react within, a short space of time. So by the sounds of it, I can't hear any Jad, which either means it's going to be in the south spot or the west spot, so it's not in one of the 3 middle spots. So I'm going to slowly run forward to here first, just to check if it's up here. I'm looking for a yellow dot around here, and it is, as you can see. If the yellow dot wasn't there, I would have run straight back down here and tested the other way. So let me go out and I'll show you what to do. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to need to just watch its feet. That's range. I want the Jad to be just here. Therefore, to get it around this rock and down to there, it needs, I need to sort of run this way and then run back. So I'm going to run over here all the way to this corner. You need to be wary that the range sound is a lot faster than the made sound. So if you're running away and you cannot see Jad's feet, you have to rely on sounds. Therefore, you've got to be quite sharp on the sounds and always be praying range unless you hear the made sounds, okay? So now it's here, we've got to get it over here. So what I want to do is run all the way to the southeast corner now. It's actually quite a lucky spawn really, because I have to do a lot of work to get it into place. But this is probably the worst spawn that could happen. But for the sake of this guide, it's probably helpful. See, I did that wrong actually. I should have been praying range there. Okay, so I think I've done it now. So now you've got it in this sort of spot. You want to run all the way down here. And should have waited a little bit longer there. There we go, now it's in the right place. Okay, so I want to stand on this you see this little sort of hole here just south of the rock. I want to be just on the sort of top left corner of it. When I'm in this spot and Jad's here as shown, you want to turn your eagle eye on and you want to just get it down to half HP. As soon as the healers come, I'll explain what to do. Okay, so if you are using a Carol's crossbow like I am, you want to be now, as soon as the healers come, put it on accurate. All will come clear in a minute. So as soon as it's on accurate, you should be fine. I know it starts getting slower, but that's fine. If you are using some sort of crossbow, then you want to click, or put it on accurate as well. But when you click, you want to run back to where you are now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just attack one healer, and then stay at my spot. Be mindful, so attack one, take one hit. Attack one, take one hit. Okay? Then go back to the healers, attack one, take a hit. And just don't keep your eye off Jad. So get them all into place. And as you see, they've gone all around Jad, and you can flick it back on rapid, and you're pretty much done. Okay, so you just carry on killing it. You know, be wary of your prayer. You know, don't sort of mess anything up. And the theory between this lure, I guess, is just so none of the things are going to attack you. There's, you know, you don't have to attack any healers, don't have to lure them anywhere, don't have to take any damage. You can just pot once before the fight. You know, it's a lot faster. The spawn that I had at the start was, well, the worst one that you could possibly get, so I had to do a lot of running around, but normally you get like a lucky spawn, and then you know, not much work to do. So that's pretty much it. As soon as your Jad's in this spot, make sure it's in this spot first. If it's not in this spot, it won't work. What will happen is this one will come down, attack you, and mess you up. And also be wary that if you are on rapid and you try and attack these healers, then you will like run into Jad, potentially get melee hit, and then basically mess everything up. And it's as easy as that. Okay, so just quickly, just to clarify, when using method 2, I go into saying when the healers spawn, you will need to run around the other side of the rock and then kill them, then go back to Jad. However, this only works if Jad stays the other side of the rock. If Jad follows you when you have the healers with you, then you need to keep all the healers aggroed to you and just run directly through Jad. But you need to do this in between his attacks, and as you walk through him, I would personally pray melee, but if you see him do a range or major attack, then quickly switch prayer. So actually, no, I think it might be 2 in 5 spawn, either 1 in 5 or 2 in 5, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so this one goes to there, and then what I'm going to do is basically run round to here, get down to half HP, then when the healers come, I'm going to bring the healers back round to here, kill the healers off, and then go back around and kill Jad. Okay, so let's give it a go. Actually, I'm going to turn that off, I don't really need it, to be honest. Don't really need it. I'd highly recommend that you guys have it, but yeah, doesn't matter so much. So if it spawns around here, I'm going to go just about here, so I can sort of I know some, just from experience, I know that some healers I think spawn down there. I'm not quite sure if they do or not, but I just find this sort of view is a lot easier to sort of do. But what you don't want to do is run too far back, because if you run too far back, then Jad follows you and it messes up the spawn, and then it just makes it harder really. Okay, so as you can see, healers are here now, so I'm going to flick my steel skin on. Well, you probably should have kept it on anyway, but I'm going to be taking one hit and then hitting one healer. So take one hit, hit a healer, okay? Take one hit, hit a healer. Again, take another hit, and then hit another healer. Alright, so once I have all 4 healers on me, I'm going to still be looking at the prayers. Once I'm running away, as you can see, you sort of lose sight of Jad, but pray range anyway, just, you know, for the same reason in method 1. If it is out of sight, pray range, and then switch accordingly. So now I've brought the healers around here. I'm going to quickly kill them off. This is your time to brew up and get back to full HP. So I'm going to brew, and brew over full. Drink a restore, drink another range pot, and we're all sorted. Alright, so back to full HP, all range potted up, and looking in good form. Okay, so once the healers are dead, I'm going to run back out to Jad. It should have about half to 3/4 HP. As you can see, yeah, 160. So I did it pretty right, and there we go. This concludes method 2 of my Jad luring guide. Okay, so as soon as you detected the first attack, you're just going to get down to half HP and wait for the healers to come. When the healers come, I'm going to, just the same as last time, I'm going to attack all the healers one by one. In between them attacks, I'm going to be taking one attack each. However, for this time, I'm going to keep the healers on me. I would only recommend this method if you have 70+ defense and some quite decent gear. So, for example, on this account, we have, you know, Torags and Carols and stuff, which offers quite a lot of defense bonus. Okay, so once all the healers have spawned, I'm going to attack them all one by one. I'm going to take a hit. What you want to do now is run forward. So you're right next to Jad, and then you want to run directly back. Okay, so at the moment, 1 or 2 should be on you. 1 if you did it right. Oh, okay, I ran too far back. That should do. Perfect. Okay, don't run me forward. Good. So now I've ran quite a nice distance away. So only 1 healer is attacking me at any given time. You want to keep your steel skin and your eagle eye activated, just so you have good range and defense bonus. And yeah, just kill it off. Okay, and that concludes my method 3 of my Jad luring guide. Okay, if you can X out this guide and just remember a few things, I would recommend that you remember these. On wave 62, on the last level 360, you will need to brew, restore, and then range potion in preparation for Jad. Number 2, get used to Jad Sounds. They do really help, and you'll be surprised once you get used to them, you could probably do Jad blindfolded. Number 3, when you cannot see the feet of Jad, remember to pray range and listen for its major attack sounds. Number 4, remember to turn on accurate when the healers spawn. Number 5, remember 1 healer at a time. And number 6, remember to take hits in between attacking healers. I'd like to thank you all for watching my guide. I spent an incredible amount of time on this. I think I got another 4 or 5 hits myself, and a hell of a lot of editing and audio sound. So if you did like it, please do leave a like. If you have any comments, criticisms or questions, leave them down below and I'll try and get back to you. And thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.